The violin, a beloved instrument today, has a captivating history dating back to the 16th century. It first appeared in Italy, a country known for its rich musical heritage. The violin quickly gained popularity among musicians and music lovers. Its versatile sound and ability to evoke a wide range of emotions made it a favorite. Before the violin, there were other bowed string instruments. These instruments, like the lira da braccio, influenced the violin's development. However, the violin's unique shape and structure set it apart. Its elegant curves and resonant body allowed for a richer and more powerful sound. The early violins were simpler in design compared to their modern counterparts. They had thinner wood and less refined craftsmanship. But these early instruments laid the foundation for the iconic violin we know and admire today. The violin quickly became a staple in chamber music and solo performances. From its humble beginnings, the violin quickly rose to prominence. Its beautiful sound and expressive capabilities captivated audiences. The violin's journey from a newly invented instrument to a celebrated icon was well underway. As the violin gained popularity, skilled craftsmen continued to refine its design. They experimented with different types of wood, varnishes, and string tensions. Each modification aimed to enhance the instrument's sound quality, resonance, and playability. One significant change involved the violin's neck. Initially, the neck was shorter and set at a shallower angle. However, as musical tastes evolved and demanded greater range and virtuosity, violin makers gradually lengthened the neck and increased its angle. This adjustment allowed violinists to reach higher notes and execute more complex techniques. Another crucial development was the evolution of the violin's bow. The earliest bows were shorter and more convex, resembling an archer's bow. Over time, bowmakers experimented with different materials and designs. They eventually settled on a longer, more tapered bow made from Pernambuco wood. This new bow design provided greater flexibility and control, enabling violinists to produce a wider range of dynamics and articulations. These improvements in the violin's design were not merely cosmetic, they fundamentally changed the way the instrument was played and the sounds it could produce. The violin's capacity for both delicate melodies and powerful crescendos was greatly enhanced. The history of the violin is inseparable from the legacy of the master craftsmen who dedicated their lives to perfecting this instrument. These artisans, often working in family workshops passed down through generations, possessed unparalleled skill and an almost mystical understanding of wood and sound. Among the most celebrated violin makers, the name Antonio Stradivari stands tall. Born in Cremona, Italy in 1644, Stradivari is considered the undisputed master of his craft. His violins, known for their exceptional clarity, power, and responsiveness, are highly prized by musicians and collectors alike. Another renowned violin-making family was the Amati. Andrea Amati, who lived in the 16th century, is credited with creating the first violins that closely resemble the modern instrument. His descendants, including his grandsons Antonio and Girolamo, continued the family tradition, producing violins known for their sweet tone and elegant craftsmanship. These master violin makers left an indelible mark on the world of music. Their instruments are not merely objects, but works of art that continue to inspire and amaze musicians and audiences centuries later. The violin's journey from its Italian birthplace to the global stage was swift and impactful. As the instrument gained popularity, it spread throughout Europe, embraced by musicians and composers across the continent. Its versatility made it suitable for various musical genres, from folk tunes to elaborate court music. The violin found a particularly important home in the newly emerging orchestras of the Baroque period. Its bright and penetrating sound allowed it to soar above other instruments, making it ideal for melodic lines and solos. Composers like Johann Sebastian Bach and George Friedrich Handel recognized the violin's potential and wrote extensively for it, creating some of the most enduring works in the classical repertoire. The violin's popularity continued to grow in the classical and romantic periods. Composers like Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Ludwig van Beethoven, and Johannes Brahms explored the instrument's expressive capabilities, writing concertos, sonatas, and chamber music that showcased its versatility and emotional depth. Today, the violin remains one of the most beloved and respected instruments in the world. Its rich history, combined with its timeless beauty and expressive power, continues to inspire musicians of all genres. From classical orchestras to jazz ensembles to folk music traditions, the violin's voice continues to resonate across cultures and generations.